No, he's gonna put me in the shit. No, that's the good stuff. No, I keep that elbow tight. Son of a bitch.
All right, what's going on, guys? It's J-Rod here with my good friend John. He's got a really creative style, and I think you guys at home would enjoy it. So, without further ado, you'd like to introduce yourself?
I'm John, also known as Grimy. I'll show you some high ground stuff, get into some crucifix and maybe some reverse half stuff. We'll start with seated high ground. This is kind of where high ground started with Barrett Yoshida. What we'll do, essentially what a high ground is, it's a chest wrap here. So I'm just wrapping around up high on his chest. What I really want to do is I want to get him to collect a leg. This would be like wrestling crackdown position. This is seated high ground. What I'll do here, sorry, I'm gonna turn it the other way, is I'm going to, with my inside leg, I'll put it outside, my outside leg inside. Here I've kind of got his arm locked in already. What I can do is extend. As I extend, I can pull his shoulder here and start to come up. Now I've come up and I've already secured this crucifix. Typical reaction would be for J-Rod to roll over his shoulder, and I would just follow here. From here, a T Kimura crucifix is really weak. I like to grab around the head. I'll switch to a wrist, and I'll actually pull this up and push this arm down. From here, your hair's in my mouth, I'll look to open this up with an armbar. Kind of like threaten this armbar here, and he'll react by pulling his arm in. Allows me to switch and then reinforce with my outside leg and bring it in tight here. If I can, I'll look to hook this on his outside leg here. You're fucking here. Now what I need to do is put my armpit on his mouth to finish this submission. Basically, I'm going to Kimura him on this arm. I gotta spin again. Right here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna cross face all the way to the mat and grab his tricep. I'm gonna move my upper body out of the way. Now I'm gonna pull myself up on top, maintaining good control on his leg, on his arm here. Now I can switch from this leg to this arm. I have a nice little Kimura finish right here. Reverse omoplata. I can find that same submission with my outside leg. If I'm seated high ground, I can hook this with my outside leg now. And I pull through here. I already have my inside leg here now. So if I sit back, I'm already in this position to finish this reverse omoplata. But from here, what I can do to finish it instead is I'll actually bring my hand to the inside of his head. And I'll look to grab his leg here. I'm gonna roll through over my shoulder, try to maintain tight positioning and keep my heel to butt very tight. And as I roll through here, he'll have to roll with. I'm able to switch to my other arm, put my armpit on his head, and get that same finish. So now we'll kind of dig into some reverse half stuff. What'll happen is, as I pull this guy over, it can be really easy for me to snag crucifix with this arm, with this leg, or I could even snag with this leg and flop over. But what'll happen a lot of times is they'll try to negate the legs from coming in by kind of getting their elbows in. When they kind of get their elbows in, now I'm going to kind of attack with my arms rather than my legs. So rather than going crucifix, I'll go reverse half. So I'll dig reverse half here, and I'm looking to hook this bicep under here. If he's able to lift his arm up and like straighten it that way so that I can't reach it, this is a very nice entry just for a side triangle here. It's a little different than a regular triangle. Normally a regular triangle, you start from a Kimura trap. So if they don't clasp their hands together, you would just come up and finish a Kimura. Because I'm starting in high ground here, from this position, I can just immediately grab, if he doesn't clasp his hands, I can immediately grab this reverse Kimura and finish here. If you want to finish the side triangle, go by, who's got the DVD? Damien's DVD, right?
I believe so, yeah.
If you can't finish this one, we can go right back to the reverse omoplata. He's gonna be fighting, trying to make space, trying to make space with his elbow. I'll pretty much just open him up here, slide right back through, Switch our arm in, reinforce with our outside leg. Now we're able to come up and finish with the reverse omoplata. So now chest wrap, I'm blocking the elbow and pulling him over here. Looking to bite on this elbow so that I can collect my reverse half here. Now, a big reaction here, a lot of times, as I take this bite to try to hook this reverse half, he's gonna try to turn into me. As he turns into me, I'm going to guide his bicep here. I'm going to shoot this arm straight up. And now I need to switch my hips and start running the other way and get my head on the other side of his body. As soon as I slap here, I'm able to grab bicep, put my hand on his back, continue running into him nice and tight, pull my bicep through his head, and catch a finish. We can also darce from the top. So what I will do is the exact same transition, coming here. Maybe he comes up, I kind of stop him. I can use my legs and come up. When I come up like this, he's gonna want to put both his knees on the mat. Now I just slide right back through, collect this darce, and same finish. We can get to this position other ways. I'll show another one. I will grab this chest wrap and I'll actually lock just a quick little hook grip over his shoulder here. My other hand is gonna come under and kind of hook like an Americana. I'm almost Americanaing myself, and I'm gonna put my head in this hole. As I do that, I'm rolling through. Right here, connect elbow to knee here. I can snag this again. Okay, we can come up here all the way. We can basically play this game of catching this darce and catching the darce as I come up. There are also finishes from this reverse half top position. Easiest one, I can just kind of control him and push, and I'm gonna look to snag with my south leg, snag his arm. Oh, I gotta turn this around. Here. From here, I can just kind of bring this all the way up, and I'll catch a nice tap, pretty easy. If I get this all the way up and I can't finish, I'll actually switch to my south leg right here. Okay? Once I switch to my south leg, I can sit all the way around here and look to collect both arms. Usually you can just grab one here and finish this way. Some other things you can do from this position, we can always look to just take the back. So once I get here, I can just step over, throw this through, and collect the back. I can also step right over into this triangle, step up top. I could finish triangle if I want, or I can come right over for armbar. Easy finish here too. Another defense they'll do is they'll kind of like bring their elbows in and then kind of run away from you a little bit, and that's when it's a good option to take the back. And I'll utilize 2-on-1 grips here to do it. So I pull him over, he kind of brings his elbows in, he's like hiding. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to hand fight in here, try to catch a 2-on-1 grip. 2-on-1 top grip is usually better. I can also collect this bottom grip as well. Okay, with this top one, he might be trying to kind of push on his feet and go north a little bit. I'm gonna take this arm out and collect this leg. I'm going to pull it through and hook right here. Now it's real easy, basically a little truck entry. Follow through here. I can go to the back or to a twister. I can also do it with a bottom 2-on-1. With this bottom 2-on-1, what I'll do actually is I can go for this same grip here and pull, but there's a lot of space. So what I like to do instead is actually just bridge up and kind of threaten mount here. As I'm threatening mount and he looks to scoot, I'm just snagging this leg in and pulling back through for the same position. To the back or to a twister. You can get real fancy with this one and kind of do it in one motion. So I'll actually toss him over, immediately hook, and pull through to his back.
Yeah, that was a lot of new things for me to digest. But I have some questions already. You said you preferred, for the previous position that we were just working, you said you preferred trapping the top arm.
Yes.
Why?
So I prefer the top arm mainly for like the Darce stuff. So what happens is when I pull people over, I'll actually pull my elbow in that's going to be on top. And the reason I do that is because when I pull him through, I'm able to get my elbow inside his easier. So that's why. If my other elbow was in, like go back over. If I pulled this elbow in and pulled over, now I don't have like this inside position here. There is like Darce scenarios, and actually what I would likely do is roll all the way over because this elbow's inside.
Interesting.
See that?
Yeah. And then what about the? I can't even describe the position where you kind of, we both sat to the hip, so you have like chest wrap, and then we fall to the side, and then you were trapping this top arm with some sort of grip, like
yep,
some sort of
one.
Yeah. Right. So why did you prefer trapping this arm as opposed to the bottom arm? Same reason.
Same reason. So once I grab this, it's real easy for me to, once I shoot my elbow through, this is almost like a twister grip. Now I can open this up here. I could even like frame here. And really what I'm doing here is I'm baiting that Darce more than anything. I can also bait, because I have this free hand here, I can also bait side triangle as well.
Gotcha.
Right.
So
with the bottom arm, it's a little harder for me to like, because this elbow will probably be in, it's a little harder for me to like find a good position here. I can hook top arm, but the same thing's gonna happen as soon as I collect that. I'm gonna roll this 2-on-1 to the top side so that I can start maneuvering through into different positions.
So I guess for most scenarios, you prefer to have the top like arm like kind of trapped or like attacking
to that 2-on-1.
Yes.
Yeah, but what I will do, like if I can't get it, I'll just get the bottom one. Can't get the top one, I'll just get the bottom one. Roll over,
yeah.
They can't stop me from doing that.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's something I need to do more.
Yeah, because then you don't have to, because it's like you're always rolling people over and then trying to transition right away.
Yeah.
You can just kind of camp out there in a hand fight. None of it works on that guy.
I need to learn this.
None of it. I can't do anything to that guy. Nothing.
He can if he really tried. I think maybe.
I think he's really trying. Don't know why.
I like that you think about like inside elbow from behind the guy. I never thought of that. That's cool.
You can even like connect that elbow to knee before you roll over too.
Yeah.
So like I can connect this now.
Nice. Yeah.
So because
the guy isn't gonna like if he retracts his elbow so much, then you could guillotine or you could like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I do a lot of Darces from here is really what I'll do.
When you collect this side elbow?
Any time I have just this chest wrap, I have like double Darce hands.
Yeah.
So like if he tries to pull this in, I'll just slide through the other way.
Sick. Yeah.
And snag.
Sick.
None of this works on him. I just said that.
Okay, yeah, so I guess just, I never really thought of when you have the guy in like front, like let's say you sprawl the guy down like here, I never thought of like inside elbow position like this. I've always like, either you go behind to the back, left or right, but I've never thought of this as like a dominating spot for my right arm there. So that's interesting, yeah.
Something I always tell people is if this is good, like right being on the back is good, sideways back should be good.
Yeah, with your left
and
knee
then
on
why isn't this good? Like switching from this to this is pretty easy, right? So if I can find attacks here and then try to maneuver all the way back to just regular back, I'm gonna have attacks on the way, easy finishes.
You're always kind of blocking one of the elbows with a knee as well.
When I'm pulling over, yeah. What's nice though is if I try to pull you over, this is probably the easiest way to Darce. If I try to pull someone over and they like, what they'll have to do is basically post their arm out. As soon as they post their arm out, I'm just throwing Darces every time. So if they try to defend it, you Darce them. If they don't, then you go into your kind of supine high ground where you're digging legs for crucifix or arms for reverse halves.
Yeah. But what would you say is your most common, like, or most successful, like, sequence with high ground?
Well, I think that I started doing high ground because of the reverse omoplata. Just going. The reason high ground started was just kind of to get to crucifix.
Okay.
So basically, if I'm grabbing here and I can just get a grip on this leg somehow, I'm going to be able to maneuver to a crucifix position and now work with this reverse omoplata.
You ever go high wrist when you start to either get the inside elbow or you start to get that one of his arms kind of out?
High risk guillotine?
Yeah, high risk guillotine, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, this is a cool one I should show. So chest wrap. Sometimes crackdown is my favorite, but sometimes I'll hook with this outside leg.
Yeah.
This is actually, I actually do an anaconda more, but you could definitely throw this in there. Now I'll switch from this chest wrap because I have this arm hooked. I'm going to be able to push it on his throat. So I actually switch to a front head, pull this arm through as I sit down. This leg is already pushing this through. It's going to be a really easy anaconda finish. Not a high wrist, but you could do the same thing.
The same setup with a high wrist.
Yeah.
This is so good. Like if you get a guy down, or obviously if he shots, you sprawl him out. If he shoots him, you sprawl him out. But also like if you're pressuring a guy's guard to the point where he just turtles, kind of takes like a bad like single leg or like a bad shot from guard to like get you off him from. If you're doing a good job passing, this is such a common spot to. If you could sub a guy from there, it'll be like a complete game. Get a guy down, pressure his guard, and sub him.
Do you have any other things that you do when you have if I can reach you? So you come to the side, you trap with arms. After you build up here, do you have any other things that you do, I guess just from this position, and also when you trap this arm with the leg, do you have any more things that you do from there?
I'll show you my favorite one.
Yeah.
So I'll pull this over and I'll come on top and I'll step over. Now instead of going to triangle and armbar like normal, I think it's funnier to pull back and not lock my legs over your shoulder. I still have this arm here.
Yeah.
So this is like the best place to double smother someone. Because I can pull this out and I have two-handers. I can even like go over the eyeballs here, right?
Yeah, interesting.
And then from here, it's very easy for me to transition to triangle or an armbar, right?
So he's the meat and potatoes of jiu-jitsu right
Yeah, that's the good shit.
And you don't have any concerns when you're letting go of that trapped arm? After you already lock it?
Because if you turn into me, you're just gonna get triangled.
This is some fucked position.
Do you want to see some setups?
Absolutely.
Okay, sit on your butt. So we get him supine. We're just going to go shin to shin, and we can camp out here, right? A lot of times, you can dig for underhooks and stuff like that. I'll just sneak my hand through here and place it right there. I'm just going to knee slide out here. Normally the reaction is a follow. I'm just scooping this right here, bringing my knee through, immediately pulling him into this position. I can start digging reverse half. I can start digging side triangles. I can start digging crucifix. Another funny one would be, and this one's good because you end up in a reverse half on top, would be just sit on your butt again. Like a double underpass here. So I'll start stacking, and then instead of trying to pass, I'm just collecting this bicep. This one's really funny because obviously I could come up and do all the ones that I showed. A lot of times I can grab this and then sit back. This guy's gonna freak out this way and just slide right into this darce. There's the truck one.
Oh yeah.
You wanna truck me? You know how to truck? Here. So here, a lot of times to defend, a lot of stuff happens with the legs here. What I'll do instead is I'll just try to get a little bit of reaction here and then hook this tricep. Now I'll finagle my legs out and then kick this through. So I'm basically getting back to the reverse half from my truck or their truck. Whoa. That's funny too. Whoa. That one's hilarious. People get mad about that one.
Can you do it again?
Yeah. Here, I can truck you first too. So, here. So now I'm just collecting this tricep here. And now I can actually, since I've initiated, I can actually just go here and push. And then my hand sits through here. See, I think it's the way to go to this stuff. This is
So much to comprehend right now.
it's so good. It's so good.
It is very good. All right, well, thank you for all that technique. It was so much stuff. I can't wait to, I have to rewatch some of that stuff. It's so much to comprehend. But yeah, it's some really good stuff. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you have anything you'd like to plug now, your Instagram, how to get to.
I've got a gym in Colorado Springs. If you ever want to come through, Wilson Brothers Grappling. I run that with my brother. Officer Grimy is my name on social media if you want to see more of this stuff. If you want an instructional, you're going to have to wait, but it'll be there soon.
Sick. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Amazing stuff.